Hey guys, it's the Polar Model here, back at it again with another video. Just want to start off by saying, sorry I couldn't get this video uploaded Saturday. It should be uploaded this Sunday, the 11th. So, um, yeah, in today's video, we're gonna be doing another GrabCAD, but with a twist. I realized to make things a lot more real, I'm going to just select a random drawing from this list of files right here. Also, just want to start off by saying, again, shout out to this guy for providing this 50 CAD exercise drawings on GrabCAD. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. Very useful. Alright, without further ado, let's just select one. Let's do number 9. Okay, cool. Before I analyze it too much, I'm gonna switch, and then I'll make it. And again, I'm gonna do it as fast as I can first, and then I'll explain after, just so it'll be more interesting. Oh yeah, I decided not to go in order because it's a bit boring, and I want to speed things up a bit, so keep things interesting, you know. All right, cool. Start. Just want to say that I'll be thinking a lot, obviously, because I haven't actually analyzed the drawing. That's what makes this so real. So that part I'll probably speed up, but you'll be able to see the timer up on the top right of the screen. So you should be able to, it shouldn't matter if I speed things up a bit, and you'll be able to tell. So yeah. Alright, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think I just did it. I believe I just did it. Wow, that was a interesting piece. Cool. So final time was 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Not bad at all, considering this is my first time seeing it and everything. So I think that was slower than what I got last time. I think what I got last time was around 2 minutes. Um, if you think you can get faster than that, then drop it down below in the comments. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna make a brand new part studio here, and we'll go through it together. If you don't want to watch this, you can always click off. But I always like to explain my thought process, and how you can actually CAD this so that you can CAD it as fast as I could. All right. So analyzing the actual drawing itself. First thing I noticed is that there's this bottom section right here, which is completely flat. That is the easiest thing on this piece to draw. And then after that, there's these two upper portions on top of that slab. So first thing I did before I figured out how to do these two top portions was I made a sketch on the top plane, and then okay, and then I made that top slab. So this is 60 by 40, and I was obviously I didn't really know the measurements, so I kept switching between the two tabs. So, and then I off the bat just extruded this. I could have made all the geometry on the top plane in the same sketch, and I could have just made a extrude offset, but I decided not to. I guess there wasn't really a reason why I didn't do that. I just didn't think it was worth it. I guess I don't know. Yeah, thinking back on it, I definitely could have done that. So this slab is 10 inches. Great. So now you have this, and then I just made another sketch on top of this one. But again, I could have just made this sketch inside the first one. So then I did, I made this top sketch right here, drawing, and then this one was really easy. It's just 2 lines, and if you noticed, I did a mirror thing, so I wouldn't have to draw the second line. And then this is obviously going to be 20, seen by the drawing. And then this bottom part is going to be 40. And then cool. So now you have this, and then I just extruded those, bang. And then there'll be 30 inches. Cool. And then this is where the interesting part comes in. So at this point, you have the basic shape, but if you notice, in the drawing, these parts they don't go straight up, because there's this triangular portion right here. So what I did was I made a new sketch on the right part of this of the part, and then it took me a bit to figure out how I was going to do this. I don't know why it took me that long to do that, but and then I just drew the triangle, so that's 10, which is this part, and then I drew the triangle. Okay. Which actually I didn't even need to make this line, because I could have just done a bit of this and a bit of that, but yeah. And then instead of, and then what I did, oh, I don't want to sketch. was I selected this portion and then I pressed remove. And what that does, it removes material, obviously. And then I did through all, so I wouldn't have to do it on that side. And then there we go. So that's that piece. Alternatively, you could have used the intersect feature. Where is that? Somewhere here. There is an intersect feature. I'm not super confident with that because I don't use it often. So I use extrudes. And then I want to show you, instead of using the second sketch to do the top portions, I want to show you guys. I'm going to suppress that. Oh, okay. I'm just going to delete all of this. What I could have done is went to the first sketch, and I could have just done the exact same thing as I did on the second sketch. I'm going to mirror this. I really need a keybind for the mirror. Then I dimension this. So it's 20, I believe. This was 40. Cool. So now that looks a little wonky, but you just select the middle part. And then what I could have done is shown that, and then shown that the first sketch, and I could have just done that. It definitely would have been easier to do. Can't lie. Probably would have saved me some time with making a new sketch and everything. So this was 30. I'm not going to do the whole thing over again, but it's really the same thing, except you use one less sketch, so obviously it gets faster. Alright, so that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.